Hey guys, Alex West here. I'm a salaryman VTuber, official NGS content creator as well. And right now we are in this 2024 spring seasonal event. And with that seasonal event, we're also gonna have a new seasonal weapon, which is the 9-star Millennium Weapon. So this is episode 3 of Before You Invest, and we're gonna talk about this seasonal weapon. Is it really worth it your time? And what's the main purpose of this weapon? So as for introduction, of course, this is the new 9-star weapon. We have our seasonal, same seasonal potential. It's the season change unit. So it gives us 29% in terms of potency, 10% damage reduction. It has minus 10% PP consumption and faster PB gauge accumulation or PB charge by 10%. Okay? And then the new seasonal weapon starts with a 625 base damage. On plus 70, it's 980. And on plus 80, it's 1039. So it's a bit higher than our previous seasonal weapon, which is the very cool, our very cool weapon. And you can exchange this with the seasonal NPC Shandy for 20k seasonal points. And the weapon is already plus 60 and level 6 potential unlock. And would give you 5 augments together with the season Spring Fiv 24. So speaking of this season Spring Fiv, the season Spring Fiv gives you plus 3% potency. Fighting versus if you're fighting seasonal enemies, it will give you another 5% additional potency, plus 15% crit rate, and plus 20% damage reduction. This is really great right now if you're gonna spam LTQ. I would definitely say use this weapon if you're going for LTQ and stuff like that. If you want to level up your class right now or other classes, definitely use this weapon because of this season thingy over here. Next one is for augmenting. Okay, so for augmenting, this is the first one that you're gonna, if you're just gonna exchange from the seasonal shop, you will get the season Spring Fiv 24, Aegis Soul 4, Triple Bolt 2, At Secreta 4, and Mastery 4. So we have two options, I should say, in terms of augmenting. The first one over here is we keep the season Spring Fiv. We add Hal Finale LC, Gladius Soul LC, and Gigas Master LC. And then we're gonna keep the Triple and the Mastery 4. So pretty much, if we go with the LC variant, this is gonna give a decent amount of potency without negative effects. However, if you want more potency, because this weapon is gonna give you a lot of crit rate. If you guys remember, the season Spring Fiv gives you 15% crit rate, which is really high in my opinion. We can go with a full potency build. This is a combination of 2 LC augments and with the trial augments. If you guys remember, the trial augments is 3.5, but with a lot of negative effects. So with these options, you go for we keep the season Spring Fiv 24. We add Hal Finale LC, Gladius Soul LC, Spiro Trial, Wardrobe Trial, and Guardrow Trial. So pretty much, this is what I would recommend if you want a lot of damage right here. This one is more on a balance. Again, less negative effects. This one, you will have minus 5 PP. I think 10%, or I think it's more than 10% elemental resistance and minus 5% damage reduction. But then again, you're only fighting seasonal enemies. So I would, if you have materials for this, go with this one. But again, this is also a good option. Next thing is, this is the metrics. So hopefully you guys can see it. The metrics for this one is pretty much, this is compared with the BIS. This is a rare BIS set. So you can see which one can we go for. So if we pretty much go for Fixa Attack 4, I only went for Fixa 4. It's just for comparison. So, because getting Fixa 5 there's like a small boost in difference for Fixa 4 and 5. So that's why we're going to stay with Fixa 4, and also it's really easy to achieve Fixa 4 with this weapon. So for Fixa 4, comparing this with a BIS set, it's minus 6.33%. And then for Fixa Fatale, it's 5.58%. For Fixa Termina, it's 4.48%. And for Wix 4, this is minus 5.92%. So making Fixa Termina is the best option or the best Fixa for this seasonal weapon. So again, if you guys remember what I said a while ago in the augmenting, here on the augments, we go with the full potency, boosting our damage really quite high, and with the Seizun giving us 15% crit rate, we're gonna do a lot of crit damage. So to boost our damage even further, we go with Termina 4. So Termina 4 over here, if we're gonna compare it with the BIS, it's gonna be minus 4.48. So definitely go with this one. I already have a BIS. I already have a Fixa Termina 4 Millennium Weapon, and it's doing super good right now with the LTQ. Pretty much most of my LTQ runs are like between 4 to 5 minutes. If it's like a super good group, I can do like probably, I think I did like 4 minutes and 4 minutes and 10 seconds, which is absolutely really fast for me. That's why I highly recommend go with Termina with this one. And also, getting to Termina 4 is really easy right now. What I did is just I buy random augments, random Fixa 3 augments in the market. You can get those like 100k, 200k. Probably after this video posted, it might skyrocket on the price. But if you're watching this live right now, definitely once the server is up, you can try and do that. And then Fixa upgrade from Fixa Termina 3 to Fixa Termina 4. That is the easiest way. My total cost for that, I think, is only around 300k for Fixa Termina 3. And then I buy a bunch of random Fixa 3. Total cost was around 500k for those. So around 800k just for me to get a Fixa Termina 4. But if you can buy a Fixa Termina 4 around less than 800k, pretty much buy it directly. All right. So with that said, with all of this comparison and all of this data that we have here, who are the target audience for this? So this weapon is great for new players. This is great for new players and returning players in the game, since the level requirement for this is only level 50. So if you have already 20k seasonal points, which is pretty much achievable right now, you can get this. This weapon is way stronger than a Argenti, by the way. So if you are still using Argenti, definitely I would advise to use this weapon. And then also for players who still doesn't have a good 9 or 10 star weapon. What I mean by good is with high Fixa, like Fixa Fatale 3, Wix 3 if you are a ranger, or definitely Termina for if you are a Slayer main. So if you still don't have that, probably, you're still using your Argenti, okay? Definitely go with this one. It doesn't take a lot of mesera just to upgrade this. Trust me, it's like super less than 100. Less than 1 million, I think so. And then, you might ask, Alex, if I already have a good rare weapon, what's the use of this weapon? Actually, this weapon is super good with dual quest. If you want to farm dual quest 4 with like sub 1 or even around 1 minute or probably sub 2, definitely use this weapon. Because remember, if you guys remember, the potential of this weapon gives us 10% damage resistance, And then 10% faster BB gauge accumulation, pairing it together with the Defi Ares and Defi Humaes. I don't know how to pronounce it, sorry, but that will give you a lot of damage reduction and faster BB gauge accumulation. Pretty much you can do 2 or 3 Photon Blast during Dual Quest 4. And with that said, as you can see over here, Defi Ares is 30% damage reduction. This will be a 40% already for your weapon. And then for Humaes or for PB accumulation, that will be 60%, which is absolutely, absolutely great. And also, if you have Defi set on your units, that will also stack up together. This presentation is so well organized and informative. Yo, thank you, Kathy. And then, last but not least, okay, why do I highly recommend this for Dual Quest? With the ongoing event at the moment, enhancing, limit breaking, unlocking potential, and even multi-weapon is really cheap right now. Easy for it's really cheap, absolutely. But this is only available for the 9-star Millennium Weapon. So again, if you really want to farm super fast on the Dual Quest 4, I highly recommend use this one. My fastest time on Dual Quest 4, I think it's 1 minute and 16 seconds. I'm using Force. Okay? I'm using Force on that. I'm not a Force main. I'm pretty much going for the most basic way on just fighting Dual Quest 4. And I can spam like around 2 to 3 Photon Blast per run. And trust me, I know some people can do it way faster than me. I highly recommend, if you're gonna farm for Gland Gigas Master, if you wanna earn that sweet 5 to 6 million within an hour, do this. Trust me. It's a lot of money. It's easy money right now. People are dying to have Gland Gigas Master on their units. Just like me. In conclusion, the new 9-star seasonal weapon is for new and returning players, or if you don't have a good 10-star weapon or a good 10-star weapon with a high fixa. However, this is really good for Dual Quest if you want to farm the new Gland Gigas Master Augment Capsule. And that's about it, guys, for episode 3 of Before You Invest. If you guys like this content, let me know. I'll be doing more in the future. And with that said, my name is Alex West, and I hope to see you guys on the next video.